Hi, my name is Joseph Mills. Today, I'm going to be giving a presentation on something that's very important to me, and it should be very important to you, and that is computer security. The first thing that I want to ask is your data safe? And how are people trying to get your data? I have been a software developer for about 5 years now, so I'm always thinking about security. It's at the forefront of my mind whenever I'm at work and whenever I'm at home. So the first thing that I want to talk about, and it's the first step in securing your information and your data, and that's installing an antivirus. So an antivirus is an application that will scan your computer for any threats or malicious applications. It can then remove those applications from your computer safely without causing any further damage. It can also give you a report that shows the health of your computer, so you can know your standing and where you stand as far as computer security goes and safeguarding your information. So since there are two really popular operating systems that people use on their computers, Windows and Mac OS, we're going to go over ways to protect each one. So luckily enough for our Windows users, Windows 8 and later, which are the supported versions of Windows, come out of the box with some software called Windows Defender, and that's Microsoft's antivirus software that comes with Windows. And so it doesn't require any download from the internet, it doesn't require any installation. It already comes pre-installed when you have Windows and when you first start it up. And so all you have to do is start scanning. For my Mac OS users, so it's a common misconception that I've heard time and time again that Macs can't get viruses. And while they might not be as vulnerable as Windows when it comes to viruses and malicious software, Macs are still not immune. So luckily there's a company out there called Avast that offers free antivirus software that you can download straight from your browser. And then once you get that installed, you can start scanning your computer or your Mac and make sure that you are taking the steps necessary to safeguard your information. So now that we've talked about antivirus, the next thing that I want to discuss are updates. And what are they and how can they help you? So updating your computer is pretty easy. Both Windows and Mac OS constantly provide and push patches, some of which contain valuable security updates. What that means is either Apple or Microsoft has identified a vulnerability in their operating system, and they have come up with a way to fix or mitigate that risk. So what they then do is they push the updates to your computer, and all you have to do is download them and run the updates. It's usually built in, and it's pretty simple, and sometimes they even happen automatically. Now, what I will say as a warning is please do not ignore these updates. We've all done it before where you push off updates 15 minutes, an hour, maybe even until the next day so that we don't lose our work progress. Luckily, both Windows and Mac provide ways to schedule these updates so that we aren't as likely to lose work progress, and we can make sure that we don't have to remember to run the updates. It will happen automatically whenever we so choose. And I would recommend that you do it at night when you're not using your computer. So we've talked about antivirus software and updates. And so this might be the most important thing that you can do, and that's be smart. And what I mean by be smart is please heed the warnings that your computer gives you. Whether it's your operating system or it's your antivirus software, it will give you a warning if it recognizes some malicious software trying to run, or maybe if you're accidentally about to perform some risky behavior. The best security software in the entire world cannot save you if you do not listen to it and heed the warnings. If you ignore it and run malicious software anyways, there's nothing that it can do, because ultimately you're the user and you have complete control over your own computer. So as an example, I'm going to give you what some security warnings might look like. So the one on the left is from Avast, and it's saying that it's blocked a threat and that it also recommends that you run a smart scan. The one on the right is for Windows computers, and it'll say that you're trying to open a file and it gives you a security warning. And so it gives you the opportunity to either run the file or you can cancel this behavior. And it's up to you whether or not you, which action that you take. So those are the three ways that I recommend that you safeguard your computer. They're simple and anybody can do these things. And the steps that we discussed today will go a long way in protecting your information and your data from those who might try to steal it, whether it's to steal your identity or use it in some other malicious way. These are the references where I got my information, and so I'll leave them up on the screen a little bit so you can look at them. Thank you for listening to my presentation, and I hope that you take the steps necessary to safeguard your information, because it's always devastating whenever your identity gets stolen or somebody gets access to an account or something that you do not want them to have access to. Thank you.